Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. This is Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur. And of course, this is Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. So while I'm waiting for Allison to receive her invite, real quick, for my replay viewers, if you happen to catch this on the replay, make sure you comment your name, where you're watching from, so we can thank you for tuning in. I actually need to go back and thank a few other people, but I've been busy lately, so it's okay. But, Soul Sunday, we're actually coming up on our 1-year anniversary next month. You know, my birthday, Scorpio season, all of that. But 1-year anniversary of Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. So I am excited to have been able to do this live Facebook broadcast every Sunday for the past year. We've talked about a lot of information for the past year. So if you want to check out any of those past Facebook Lives, you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ruby Davison, to watch any of the past episodes. But today, like I said, is Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. I'm waiting for Allison so I can send her an invite so we can go ahead and get into today's topic. But today's topic is about budgeting and finance as an entrepreneur. And real quick, for those that don't know me, I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur. I'm owner of Ruby D Artistry and the author of the Goddess Grind book series, which focuses on you becoming the best version of you personally and professionally in order to manifest success. I actually just finished the full entire series, so there's a total of 4 books in the series, and the 3rd and 4th book will be released soon. But I'm waiting for Allison so I can, so she can go ahead and do her introduction, so we can go ahead and get started with today's topic. If you're interested in purchasing the book, because I'm still waiting on Allison, so I'm gonna keep talking until I see Allison and I can send her an invite. But if you are interested in purchasing either my 1st or 2nd book, you can go to www.thegoddessgrind.com, because I am working on a goal to reach 100 books sold by the end of this month. I've made some progress there, but I'm still working towards that goal. And Allison, where you at? Because I know you watching. I know you are. Allison, I am calling on Allison Denise, Miss Allison Denise, so that we can go ahead and get started. So we can talk about today's topic, which is budgeting and finance for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. So yeah, but while I'm still waiting for Allison, I hope Facebook ain't acting up or anything like that. But yeah, so definitely also, if during the show anything that myself or Allison or anything that we discuss you feel resonates with you, please feel free to share the video. Yes, share the video. Last week, we reached our goal of so many shares, and we'll actually be doing another giveaway this week today, because there she is. Hi, Allison. Hi. Now let me stop. Let me see if Facebook, no, Facebook ain't let me send you your invite yet, so I guess we're gonna have to wait. But yeah, but actually last week we did a giveaway, so I'm actually gonna be sending that out to the winner tomorrow, along with shipping a few other things. Let me share. Okay. And today I'll be giving away a few more things from our, I think I'm gonna keep that one. Yes, but I'm gonna actually give away a couple other things. You know what? I think I'm gonna do the body oil and the lashes today. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I'll be giving away another, and a book. I'm gonna be giving away one of my books today. Allison, let me see if Facebook gonna let me add you yet. No, Facebook ain't let me add you yet. Facebook be tripping. But thank you all for tuning in. This is Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. And we will be talking about Budgeting and finance. Budgeting, finance, and entrepreneurship. Hey, Ayana. Hey, Steve. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you share the video. But I have to go in my goodie bag. But I'm actually waiting for Allison. There it is. Now I can add Allison and bring her on so we can get started with today's topic. This is Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. And once Allison comes on, I'm going to go ahead and let Allison introduce herself because I've already introduced myself. I'm Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, author of the Goddess Grind book series, which is a series of 4 books, which focuses on you becoming the best version of you in order to manage professionally. And yeah, Allison is coming on. So I'm just waiting to bring her on. She's coming.
Hi. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Why am I echoing?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's Facebook. We can hear you.
Well, we just gonna roll with it.
We're gonna roll with it.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, hon.
Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Miss Allison Denise, relationship coach, personal finance assistant, all that good stuff. And today I'm one half of Ruby Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am excited about today's topic. I love it. I know I say that every week, but it's because every topic is good.
So, and girl, I'm just trying to deal with the feedback that I'm getting. But since you came up with today's topic, I want you to go ahead and start us off. Go ahead and do your introduction and then start. Wait, you did your introduction. I'm sorry. It was short. That's what it was. But you go ahead and start with why we are covering this topic.
I sure will. So today's topic, personal finance, budgeting, all that good stuff, and entrepreneurship. That is one of the biggest areas that I had, the biggest reality check and challenge when I went full time as an entrepreneur. It's different when you know you're getting a lump sum of money on a particular schedule versus when you're getting it to trickle in as an entrepreneur. You never know what day it's going to come in. You don't necessarily know when you'll get the next amount. And so, how do you handle that? How do you handle that? Because the monthly bills don't stop. The rent is still due at the same time. The car payment is still due at the same time. You still need to figure out how to do savings and all that other stuff. But how do you do that when you don't get $3, $4, $5, $6, $7,000 every 2 weeks, and you know exactly what to do when you can do a lot of it at one time? So I thought that it would be great for us to go ahead and talk about that today so that we could just give you some tips that we have learned on our own, along with some tips that we have shared interchangeably between ourselves that has helped us to, get to a point where, we know what to do with the money when the money comes in, instead of having that, oh, I got this amount, but I got all this to do. Where does it go? Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be really great to talk about this.
Yes, it is. Now, first thing, I'm all about the chakra. Finances and money has to do with the first chakra, or it's associated with the first chakra, which is our root chakra, and that's our survival chakra. And of course, making sure we're able to make enough money to pay bills and to survive is survival. And that's one of the main reasons why some of us have an underactive root chakra. It contributes to that. And the reason we are not as comfortable with finances or we are not as knowledgeable in that area is because our parents were not knowledgeable. They didn't teach it to us. One, we develop horrible spending habits. We don't have a budget. We don't save. We don't know the history behind money. We don't know about investing. We know nothing about banking. And for us to really want money and feel it's so important, we know very little about it. So we definitely want to explore that. But I do want to let y'all know, that is part of the reason why our root chakras are underactive. Now, mine not underactive. I work to balance mine. I have to really work at it. But keep that in the back of your mind because that is related to a chakra, and that's why it's underactive. But to continue even further, when I made the transition to entrepreneurship, I didn't have any money saved up. Of course, Allison knows this, and of course she asked me, well, why didn't you have money saved up? Because of course, people are always saying, make sure you have money, make sure you have money, make sure you have money. And I was just like, well, if I had money, I really wouldn't need to make the transition for one. But the reason I made the transition without having anything saved up was because it was motivation for me to make sure I work every single day to market my business, to brand my business, to share my business. And it was just like basically, if I don't get up and do this today, I won't have any money tomorrow. If you have the money saved up, yeah, that's cool and everything. I'm not saying don't go into business and don't transition to entrepreneurship if you have money. But for me, not having that cushion made me go harder. Allison?
Yeah, I mean it. When we talk about specifically the whole saving up before you become an entrepreneur, unless you have, I'm gonna say several tens of thousands of dollars saved up, you don't have enough saved up to start a business. If that's your mindset, if your mindset is that you want to have, say, a year's worth of savings in the bank before you go out full time, I mean, you can do that, and depending on how self motivated you are, it can work out for you. But because of human nature and the fact that unless we are actively trying to work against this part of our nature, we just tend to relax. We get complacent when things are comfortable. So it's my mindset that unless you are someone who is very self motivated, very self disciplined, the amount of money that you saved up is just extending how long you actually become an entrepreneur. If you already know the rent is paid this month, you're not going to care about getting up at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the afternoon. It's not like a roof over your head is going to be bothered. If you know your car is going to be paid for, if you know your lights are handled, those things are what are supposed to happen. But as an entrepreneur coming from an employee mindset specifically, you run the risk of saying, okay, well, I can sleep in a little bit today. Okay, well, I can go out and do this thing and just enjoy the fact that I don't have to go to work because everything is paid for. But eventually, what happens, those little bitty decisions end up depleting your finances, and you've made no effort, no headway with marketing, with promoting, with networking, with getting things on track with your business. And so I was one who also did not have a lot saved up, and then I got my first surprise when what I saved up was decreased due to the stock market doing what it did. It does what it does, and so I had to start off with even less than what I had. But like Ruby said, it will force you to move faster. It will force you to be more creative. It will force you to think things out. Um, and specifically with those bad spending habits, first off, anyone who heard that, if you got in your feelings, I just have two things to say. Number one, that was directed at you. But number two, it's not directed at who you are as a person. We're just talking about habits. That's all that we're talking about. I had the same issue. When you when you have been fortunate enough to work in the field that you enjoy, and every job you get, the money goes up significantly. I had a bit of an entitlement issue. Now, I was never a snob. I was never a label whore. I was never someone who felt like she had to have the latest and greatest of anything. And I had no problem being generous with what I had. Having said that, I was still lazy about certain things. Those nights that I knew I could have gone and cooked dinner. But even though I had my little envelope system and I had my cash and everything filled out, I just decided to take some out of one envelope and get something to eat because I'll make it up next week. I always knew another check was coming. Well, that mindset had to stop. It had to stop when I became an entrepreneur because I didn't know when it was going to come. I had to learn to be
Mhm.
okay cooking and getting rid of certain things that I enjoy doing for myself and uh, adjusting certain self-care routines. I had to get used to that, and that's where that bad spending habit come in. If I had done that while I was making the money as an employee, it wouldn't have been as big a shift. So you have to
Mhm.
understand when you decide to become an entrepreneur, and I say this every time we talk about this, there for some of you, and I was one of the some of you, you've got to go through a pre-process. You have to go through a process, and it is usually 100% of the time your wallet first, those bad spending habits first. All of that stuff has got to be uprooted because when the money does start to come in, you have to remember you're still an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter if you have a month that you make 20 grand. If you spend it like you're gonna get it again next month, you're in trouble if it doesn't
Mhm.
happen. So that pre-process is really important, and that's where we're talking about the budgeting and everything now. If you learn it now while little is coming in, you'll have those same habits when much starts to come in.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. And I have a giveaway for this show. I'm actually going to be giving away some lashes from Glorious Tresses and Glam. And this is what they look like. I just want to make sure they don't fall out. And this is a product sponsorship from our Small Businesses for Healing project. This is a body oil from Shop Body Ice. And I'm also giving away a copy of my second book, The Goddess Grind According to Law. But in order for us to do this giveaway, this week we're gonna go for 20 shares. So share the video, share,
Share the video.
shares in order for me to give this stuff away. But quick shout out to Megan, Michelle, Cameron, uh, Dawood. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Coronado, hey Sean, and thank you, Coronado. We appreciate it. But share, share, share. But Allison did make a good point. When as an employee, when you get your money, you get your check, how often you get it, but it's one lump sum. But as an entrepreneur, you get a little bit this day, a little bit this day, a little bit every day. And as you get that in every day, of course, it's not a lump sum. So you can't just pay it out in a lump sum. Me, Allison, and of course, Tara, on one of our sister tribe Zoom calls, we were actually talking about this recently. And a good thing that Tara shared with the both of us is break your bills down weekly. And let's say, for instance, if your car note is $400, then each week you have to pay $100. So you're budgeting for $100 per week for your car. And once you reach that budget, then you pay it out that week instead of trying to save it and pay it all once at the end of the month. Same thing with your insurance bill. Break your insurance bill down, and if it breaks down to $20 per week, then you have $100 for the car, $20 for the insurance. Pay it for the week. So definitely, as an entrepreneur, that makes sense because we get that little bit of money in, and we know exactly what we have to pay out per week instead of trying to save and hold on, because you're gonna be tempted to bite off a little bit here, bite off a little bit there. Like Allison said, I can cook, but you know what? Let me just take a little bit from here and go out to eat. No, break it down every week, and when you get the money in, pay it where it needs to go. For me, I find that that's that works really well for me. And then as far as the mental and emotional aspect about it, you know how stressed you get if you know your car note is $400 and it's almost the end of the month and you at 200. Mentally, you're like, okay, wait a minute, something's not working out right. What's going on? Am I gonna be able to pay it on time? Am I gonna come up short? Well, now I got this due and I got this due and I got everything is not coming due at the same time. So definitely break it down. I'm gonna kind of stop it right there and let Allison go ahead and chime in, but make sure you share the video.
Yes, share the video and shout out to Quandre. I see that you just came on. So going off of the advice that we did receive from Tara, um, I don't know. I didn't ask her specifically if she did it immediately or not when she was telling us about breaking it up weekly. But what I want to add to that is one of the things that I've learned as an entrepreneur is that you have to develop a right now mentality based off of what you know about you. Now, this is going to involve you being honest about who you are as a spender until you can develop better habits. So I'll give an example. Let's say that we do have the car payment for 400. Let's say that you do put the $100 to the side. Let's say that you have a day where you don't make any sales, or you have a argument with a significant other, or you get disappointed in a new relationship, or you find out that you gained weight instead of lost, whatever it is. Let's just say it knocks you off kilter. If you already know that you're an emotional spender, normally what will happen is you'll take the money to the side because you still have access to it. And you'll decide that you want to go get ice cream with that $20, or you want to go buy this or that with that $20, or your friends will invite you out for a night on the town and you'll say you deserve it. So you'll do that to yourself, and then you turn around and that car payment is still due. So one thing that I've learned as an entrepreneur, knowing me, is I've had to develop a right now mentality. So that means I have a spreadsheet. That was something else that I brought up. I was making the mistake of using the same spreadsheet that I did as an employee who was getting a regular check as an entrepreneur, and I was frustrating the hell out of myself because it wasn't working. And so what I now did after getting that advice from Tara, I changed my spreadsheet. I also have fewer bills now because I cut out the stuff that I don't necessarily have to have. So the spreadsheet is little, but I write down the amount. I write down the due date just so I'm aware. But now I also have uh, formulas and everything that break down everything in 4 week periods. And I'm not going to change that when I have months where there's 5 weeks, because that just means I'll be even earlier. But what I'm doing now, as that money comes in, I'll put the money in, I'll look at what needs to go out, but I do it then. I do it then. That way it's gone. It's out of my hands. It doesn't matter if I get sad, lonely, depressed, mad, horny, frustrated, hungry. It doesn't matter. The money is gone. And one of the benefits to that, just from the financial planning perspective, is specifically with your car note, you're paying your interest down a lot quicker that way too. So you got two benefits. If you're paying on your car every week instead of every month, you're cutting the interest. And so that will help you to pay the car payment down. But here's another thing that will benefit you. You will begin to develop a rapport, a digital rapport with your creditors, with the people that you owe money to. And what happens now is, if you happen to miss a week, if you happen to miss a month, they're going to see this person's been paying us every week for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year, for whatever. Now you've built in the help that you might need if things get tight, because now you've developed a habit where they know they are priority, because even though you're not paying once a month, you're making sure every week you're showing them, y'all still on my mind, Chase. You're still on my mind, Wells Fargo. Thank you for the call. Now when you need that help, you planted the right seeds to have it.
Well, thank you for that input. Thank you all for tuning in to Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. Make sure y'all share the video so I can give away these lovely things.
Yes.
We need at least 25 share. Oh, at least 25 share. But we are discussing budgeting, finance, and entrepreneurship. Another thing, of course, when I went from an employee to an entrepreneur, is getting rid of bills that I did not need. That includes like the extra direct TV package with the Sunday ticket and all this other kind of stuff when you only watch the same two channels every day. That includes getting your nails done every week when you could possibly go 2 weeks maybe. Learning how to do your own hair, your own makeup, possibly your own nails. Just little stuff like that. We're not saying sacrifice quality, but it's more so about the quantity. If you ain't got this big package, what we talked about, cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you got cell phone, you got internet, you got all this other kind of stuff. What do you really need? Do you have to have that iPhone, the newest iPhone to come out? You have to have the newest Samsung Galaxy that come out. No. As long as your phone works, you might need to just stick with it and roll with it until, you have to spend that extra money to get a new one. But you definitely have to review the bills that you have now and see where you can start chipping away, getting rid of some stuff if you don't need it, start switching to a smaller package. Like, I don't know if Allison is going to share with it, but, she recently just made a few changes and it worked out for her. She still has what she needs, but she's probably paying less money. And that money that she's saving here can go over here towards something else. And not only that, if you are an entrepreneur and you know you have to have a marketing budget, you can take money from over here where you got something and move it over to some. Everybody needs to have a marketing budget, even if it's $1 or whatever it is. You know, even if it's you putting in that extra time to market yourself on your social media pages. Some kind of way you're gonna be transferring money or energy or some. It's gonna go away. It's gonna come from things that you don't need to go towards things that you do need. And dang, what else was it I want to say? I can't think of it right now. Oh, I know what it is. And one thing that I want to point out is, as an employee, when I was getting raises, of course they were not significant raises. They were like 20, 30, maybe 80 cents here or there, but it really didn't equate to much. But I see, or I noticed that people would get a raise and then basically upgrade everything. It's like, why are you taking the extra money that you're gonna make just to upgrade your lifestyle? Not to say that you don't deserve better, but just because you got $1 raise, do you really need to change or upgrade your direct TV package? Just because you got a raise over here, do you really have to start getting the extra deluxe special pedicures when you can just sit to getting a regular one? Do you have to do that upgrade? Because if you upgrade, you're not going to see that difference in the money at all. And you're basically just going to create more bills just because you got a raise. Just think about that. Allison?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going with the same path that Ruby is on. My thing is this: when you're really cutting, here's what I want you to start thinking about. I want you to start thinking about what you have cut, because here's the thing: it has to hurt. If you just decide that you're just gonna cut one or two things out, you're not really gonna learn much. It's gotta hurt. So I'll just give you an example. So I'm someone who has done a pretty good job of taking care of herself. I really do believe in self care, and I've never been someone who felt like a man needed to pay for this or pay for that for me. So I was methodical. When I got paid off top, my son got a haircut. I got my hair done if they weren't in braids, um, and I got a manicure pedicure every 2 weeks, faithfully. I got my body scrubs and I bought, whatever it is that I need to do, the eyebrow wax, and I took care of me very well. I hadn't watched TV in a while, hadn't had cable in several years, but I had decided to get it because the internet special that I had, I think it was a year and a half or so ago, the cable was, included. I was like, okay, cool. But, fast forward. When it really got to the point where I figured out, okay, you're in a pre-process. You've been taking really good care of yourself, but is the manicure pedicure, is the eyebrow wax, is the kinky twist, is all of this more important than this marketing, than this business getting off the ground? What is more important? Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm happy about these decisions every day, because I'm not. But I will tell you that they have been the smart decisions. They've been the wise decisions. And that's something that I really want to drive home. The decision that you know you need to make for you, especially where money is concerned, you'll know it's the right decision because you're not going to want to do it. The idea of doing it is going to bring you grief. It's going to make you feel sad. And that is specifically the thing that you need to let go of. I'm rocking with Netflix and Hulu. I am doing my own nails. I am doing my own pedicure. I'm gonna go back to the body scrub because there's just certain things that I just have to have. So I'm gonna take care of that. But what I did decide to do was start doing the little things that I know I could use by planting seeds in other businesses. So I'm reaching out to another black-owned business here in the area to get the body scrub instead of trying to track down Shea Moisture and all the stuff that I was doing. But I decided to go ahead and start my dreadlocks. I wanted to wait until I went to North Carolina. I wanted to have this whole process and ritual and all this other stuff. But I have a lot of hair that I'm gifted with, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to know how to do it. And I know this about me. So I decided to go ahead and get my dreadlocks started. That is going to help me to not worry about that anymore as they start to bud and grow in. If I want to retwist them, I can. That way, if I can't afford to do it, I'm still not missing a beat. What Ruby brought up with the cell phone, I switched to a discount carrier. Now, that's something I had never done. And, the Allison 2 years ago would have been like, what? No, I just wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. But what I notice about the universe is the universe will always make it easy for me to make a decision. It's almost like the universe wants me to know immediately that it was the right thing to do. So when I switched to this discount provider, they had a special on phones. And so, I know I'm not the only one, so I don't have any shame in it. But the past 7 months has been the only time in probably 7 or 8 years that I had a cell phone bill without a financing for a phone attached to the bill. I was just paying $80, 2 phones, unlimited everything, and we were good. Now, what happened is that unfortunately the service, it started to not do what it needed to do. The phone that I had, it was starting to give me a lot of trouble that was affecting my business. I wasn't just getting frustrated and being a diva. I was missing text messages and I was having issues staying online with Ruby. So I had to make a decision. And so I did talk this through with my sisters. And I wanted an iPhone. That's what I wanted. It didn't need to be the X, the XS, or the XR. I didn't need all that. But I wanted an iPhone because I have other Apple products and I like how they talk to one another. But I didn't want to go back to paying for a phone every month. I had gotten used to not having that added to the bill. And I said, okay, well, what else can I do? So I found a different phone. I'm still in the Android world. It's not a big deal. But the phone was free. And I was able to switch back to one of the big fours. My Netflix is now going to be included with that bill. They're paying for it. So I get to cut that bill off of my budget. And so the difference between the two, when I add those things in, of course, with quality, I come out on top because I'm increasing my quality. I got a phone that I needed, and it's working itself out. And so the reason I wanted to share all that, I know it was long, but I wanted to share that to give you guys an example of how it looks. It's not going to be fun. I can't wait to get back to my nail. I call it my nail stylist. I can't wait to get back and do that because that was time away from me. But I know that when the time is right, I will be able to do it. And so the biggest thing that you have to learn as an entrepreneur is delayed gratification. You have got to learn how to tell yourself no, even when you don't like it, even when there's nobody there to make you say no. You have to learn to be your own disciplinarian, and you have to learn to be the one to say, okay, I may want to do it, but what else really needs to be done? Okay, well, it sucks, but I can't do it right now. That's the hardest part. If you can just get you under control. Once I got me under control, this whole money game got a lot easier.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in to Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. And we are discussing budgeting, finance, and entrepreneurship. Continue to share the video so I can give these lovely items away. But as Allison was talking, then that brought another thing to mind. Sometimes with budgeting and finance, like Allison was saying about the phone, it's a good idea to always shop around every few months. Call your provider and ask them, hey, what specials you got? What discounts you got? Do I have the best plan available? I used to work with a cell phone carrier, one of the bigger companies, and people would call in and have plans that were so outdated, so expensive, a lot less benefits, and then get mad at me because I didn't call and tell them something better was out. First of all, that ain't my job. And two, if you really wanted to save some money, you would have been on top of this yourself. Don't get no attitude with me. Because you could have been saving $100. And no, ma'am, I'm not going to go back for the past 6 months when this plan first came out and give you credit.
No.
That's not going to happen.
No. I hate it when people used to ask.
Y'all, call these people.
No.
And ask them, do y'all got any specials? Is there a better plan? Is there something cheaper where I can still keep the same thing I got and save me some money? Check your bills. It might be some extra stuff on there that you didn't even ask for.
Right.
It might be some stuff on there that you don't even need.
Yep.
I had this lady, when I was working at the company, she had this feature built into her plan. And when it was built into the plan, it was unlimited. She had been paying an extra $5 a month, which adds up for 500 extra whatever she was getting. Y'all know, I told this lady, would you like to take this off because you have unlimited in your plan? This lady said, no, leave it. So just in case I need the extra, it's there. Okay. Call and check. It's not that people are always trying to sell you something. They might be trying to save you some money. And you know.
Wow.
So I'm sure she probably end up paying an extra, what is that, $60 a year? Just because. But make sure you check regularly to see where you can save money. Just like me, as an entrepreneur, you know, it's a bunch of little apps out there that are beneficial to us, like Ripple, like what other automated systems, campaign monitor, all these other stuff to automate services for our businesses. And we're spending $5 here, $9.99 there, $2 here, whatever else, for all these different little apps and things to make us look more professional, to make it easier to keep in contact, for us to pull in these email addresses and whatnot. Check that too. A lot of these things have free trials. Make sure you stay on top of when them free trials end, so they take that money out. Y'all out here just giving away money for stuff you're not even using and supposed to be using it for your business. Them dollars add up. That's gas money to your next business meeting. Don't get mad because it automatically came out because you forgot to cancel it. That's your fault. Don't blame them. Quandrea says, I just got an increase on savings from 15% to 25%. And that's exactly how you increase your savings. Y'all need to start paying attention to that stuff. Make sure y'all share the video. Allison.
Yeah, y'all, this is really important, you know, and the big thing that, you know, you have to think about, you gotta stay, I don't want to be rude, so please, I don't mean to offend nobody, but you have to learn to stay on your bills, The same way that you try to stay, keep track of what your man or your woman is doing. That same effort that you put in to find out, are they cheating, are they seeing this person, that person, what they going, who they with, that same investigative nature, you need to start putting that back into your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need to do. As a matter of fact, put all of that into your wallet, because if you got to start trying to figure out who somebody is, then you don't need to be around them. But that's another topic for another day. So you want to figure out, how do I spend more time? Because here's the thing, you do have to understand that at the end of the day, your money, your savings, your retirement, your return, it is your responsibility. You have to
Sure
get
is.
out of the mindset of thinking that because you're with a company, or because you even have a financial advisor or an accountant, that now you can just wipe your hands of it. If all you want to do is wipe away responsibility, that's fine. But if you deal with an accountant who slowly takes money from you that they already spend, that they're most likely never going to be able to pay you back, you can say it wasn't your fault, but that doesn't stop you from now having to work somewhere you don't want to work in an age you didn't want to work, because you didn't stay
Mm-hmm.
on top of it. You have to take care of you. No one is going to look out for you like you will. You may be fortunate to find a partner, a spouse, an accountant. You may be fortunate to find a person who does have your best interest at heart, but you also have to understand that that person is still human. You may be able to catch a mistake that they didn't. Doesn't make them wrong, makes them human, but it keeps you on track with your goals. So start looking at those bills. Stop showing loyalty to companies that don't show loyalty to you. When it comes to money, it's got to be business. Business. You can't always make it a personal thing. Oh, I've been with this company for 30 years. That's great, but do you have the best deal? A loan offer,
Mm-hmm.
yes, but do you have the best deal? I was with a company once, and when I was going through my domestic attack situation, the company decided that they wanted to, increase my bill. I told them what was going on. No, I was sold to a company. That's who it was. My mortgage was sold to a bank that I can't stand. I explained to the bank what's going on. The bank says, "Well, you're current right now. We can't help you until you're past due." Well, I had worked my butt off to keep my credit together to buy the house, but I had to go 30 days late for them to help me. They tell me the paperwork to send in. I send in the paperwork. I send in the newspaper clippings because my attack hit the news. I put all of that stuff in. They said, "We'll let you know in 30 days." 90 days later, I still hadn't heard from them. I called back to find out what was going on. They told me that my situation did not constitute a hardship.
Mm-hmm.
So I told them what they could do with the house. I mean, it was just that simple. And so that's a very exaggerated example, but it's one that I want you to think about, because when you become an entrepreneur, you really are having to learn how to look at your money differently, how to deal with money differently. It can't be autopilot. You can't think
Right.
autopilot anymore. You have to be just as in tune with where your money is going and how much of it has to go out versus what is going out. You got to be in tune with that, just like you are with your marketing, with your networking, because here's the thing, you can't focus on being creative with your business if you're constantly worried about money. You can't.
That part.
And I'll just give it another example that Tara gave. Once you take care of the bills weekly, what you have left over, go back and pay some bills in advance. Go back and take
Mm-hmm.
care of some bills in advance. That Hulu, that Netflix, see if there's a way that you can call into customer service. I haven't seen a way to do it online, but call into customer service and say, "Hey, I want to pay 4 months ahead. Hey, I want to pay 3 months ahead. Pay extra on that cell phone bill. Find a cell
Right.
phone bill that is the same price every month. That way you don't have surprises. And you
Right.
start paying extra because you may have a moment where you need that credit. You're going to need that credit because you may not have that $8.62 that Netflix says you need for that month, or Hulu, excuse me. You may not have it, but if you pay
Right.
25 or 30 ahead, you're good. So you may have to, just start thinking, being more creative, being more open to the fact that just because you're not getting a lump sum, it doesn't mean that you have to wait for the lump sum to pay for things. It just means you need to be more creative.
Right. And to add to what she was saying, your list of bills includes yourself.
Yes.
So you at the top, and then even if you're giving yourself just $20 every week, make sure you budget that in.
Yes.
Thank you everybody for tuning in to Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. Hey Diamond, hey Robin, hey Ariel, Leon. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you share the video because I know some people can use this.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can. With talking about budgeting and finance, sometimes it's not always about money, how much money you can save, how much money you don't have to spend on whatever. It's not always monetary. Sometimes it's in talent. If you are open to learning how to do stuff yourself without having to pay somebody to do it, that is another way that you are saving money.
Yep.
If you don't know how to, design your own flyers or your own posts for social media, figure it out. Canva has a free version. Go on there and play with it.
I use it.
And I use it too. The free version. Like I said, these apps have free versions that you can use to figure out how to do this stuff yourself.
Yep.
You ain't got to pay nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can, like, it's been a lot of things I've had to learn to do by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I just finished my third and fourth book. I designed my own book covers. Yeah, I could have paid somebody to do it, probably $25, $30, $45. But if I ain't have it to give out, then guess what? Because I sure wasn't about to take it somewhere else. It only took me a few minutes to go in there and figure some stuff out, move some stuff around, type some stuff in, switch up some fonts, change up some colors. And I ended up with book covers that I love. And I did them myself. Do you know how much money I saved by switching to designing book covers for myself? It was more than 15%. It was 100%. I saved all my coins.
All of them.
Y'all better be scared. Stop being scared to learn how to do stuff on your own. And learn how to invest in the things that need you to invest in them.
Yeah.
Like if you know you need a mentor, stop being cheap. If you know you need to take a class for a certification, stop being cheap.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things you should spend money on and some things that you should not spend money on. Learn the difference because that's important too.
Yeah.
Because some of us out here spending money on stuff we don't even need. Why you out here spending, my website is too weak. And people might say, well, that ain't no real website. It's real to me. You can go on there and buy stuff. You can look at it. It's real. But in using that website, I can upload videos. I can go live. I can book people. I can do all kinds of stuff on my website. And I can edit it myself. I ain't got to pay nobody to do that. Every single time I want to change. I be changing stuff often. Like right now, as soon as I get off this Facebook Live, I'm going to go to one of my websites because I need to change some information. I ain't got time to be waiting on nobody to squeeze me in with the rest of their clients. I need this change today. And guess what? I saved 100% by doing that myself.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, when you learn to do some stuff by yourself, not only are you saving money, but that is making you more valuable. Anytime somebody come to me, hey, do you do any business consulting? What you need, I know how to do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this.
Yep. Yep.
What you need, I got you. You gonna pay me, but I got you. I'm not gonna charge you for everything. But the point is, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
And we're running out of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this last little thing in for Allison coming in. But you need to learn how to monetize your talent.
That part.
If you know you're good at a lot of stuff,
Yes.
I'm not saying you got to put a price to everything, but you need to learn how to monetize some things. Learn to pay attention to what's going on. Like I use myself for example. I'm always about effective communication. And on social media, I see where that is a problem. So what did I do? I created me an effective communication workshop, and I sell that workshop to work with me one-on-one. I'm actually, within the next few weeks, I'm going to create an online course for that. But because that's the talent I know that I have, I've monetized it. So that's another stream of income for me. Y'all better learn this stuff, Allison.
There's not a whole lot to add to this. The biggest thing is, just keeping in tune with today's topic. Let's go back to, what Ruby said about her learning the things that she can so that she can do them herself. See, there's a benefit in that. See, the benefit is that inevitably we won't be we can't be great at everything. So if you can find out what you are good in and save your money there, you now have the money to put into the things that you know you need help in. So for example, she talked about websites. I can do websites, but my OCD takes over on websites. There's too many colors. There's too many options. There's too many hex codes. There's too many templates. I just want to play around with everything, and weeks can go by before I'm finished. So I know I can't do a website. I definitely can't monetize it because those people, I want my money back. It's been 7 days, 7 months. I mean, what is happening? I'm sorry. I saw this blue and I wanted to try another blue, and I know I can't do that. But the things that I can do, creating budgets and life insurance and relationship coaching and all of that stuff can help me so that I can pass it over and say, hey, bro, good to see you. I need this. Can you do this, please? Because you'll actually get it done in a time that's useful. So learning what you can do allows you to put the time and the energy and the money into what you know would be best suited for someone else to do on your behalf. And so you have to think about what that is for you. And when you talk about monetizing, like Ruby said, we're not saying that you shouldn't, offer your services to someone who may, genuinely need it. Yeah, you're supposed to plant seed. You're supposed to plant gifts into other people so that those can come back to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But what we are saying is, if you have a gift where a lot of people are seeking you out, that's a clear sign that you should be monetizing it. You can pick and choose who'll pay for it and who doesn't. Now, I will say if you got more people not paying than paying, you kind of wasting your time. But you do want to, figure what is it that I'm good at? What is it that people are always asking me to do? What is it that seems to come naturally to me that I don't think is a big deal, but other people seem to say that they can't do it? Maybe I should start to charge. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you a capitalist or a socialist or whatever term that wants to be thrown away. It makes you someone who is aware of your gift, and you want to make sure that you're properly compensated. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll make you feel selfish. Me saying that out loud, I still felt a little bit of, ooh, is that selfish? I still felt that, but I know it's not, so I just ignore that feeling. That's something else that you have to learn to do as well. But yeah, just, make sure that you are definitely utilizing your skills, your resources. That's one of the another big thing that you learn as an entrepreneur financially. You learn what you really do need to outsource versus what you don't have to. Wait a minute. Right. I want 500 and I did this myself in 2 hours. Now you know you can save that money. But now you can put that 500 towards training, certification, going to a networking event, going to a seminar. Now you can use that money in other areas. That's all I got.
Right. Book you a shopper consultation.
Yeah, right. That part. The shopper consultation.
But thank you everybody for tuning in to Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. We definitely had fun talking about this topic. But next month will be our 1 year anniversary. Whole year. We've been talking about some of everything in Allison Soul Sunday. So we're definitely looking forward to celebrating that. But you ain't gotta wait till next month to see us again because we'll be back here on Tuesday for Soul Sunday Reloaded, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes.
Make sure you come back and enjoy us. Um, Earlier today, me and Tara with Soul Therapy Radio. You definitely gotta tune into that topic. It was interesting. But we had fun though. We had fun in the studio. So we waiting on Allison to come so we can get her in the studio too. Let me see what else. Oh, my birthday is next month. Hey, happy birthday to me. Scorpio season starts soon. It's Scorpio. You know. What else? Oh, shout out to Allison and the Bad Squad for their award that they won last night. Wait, what was the category? I don't want to jack up the category.
Yes, Team Show of the Year. Yes, we are excited. Excited. Yes, thank you who voted.
So, we just, we got stuff going on over here. We trying to do our little thing.
Right.
But we appreciate you all for tuning in, for the love, for the support, for the shares, for the comments, for the engagements, for everything. Because if we're nobody watching, we wouldn't be here a year later.
Right?
We would not. But yeah, I'll actually be releasing. You know what? I'll make this exclusive announcement today. I'm actually the third and fourth book in the series. I'm going to release them at the same time.
Nice.
So I get to do a double launch. I'm happy. I'm proud of myself.
Yes.
So you'll be able to get all 4 books in the series at one time. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's just a good time of year. I'm excited. I'm happy. I had a good 37. I'm going to be 38, bigger and better.
Right.
But, I ain't going to keep talking too much to my own harm. But if I don't do it, who else going to do it?
Okay.
Right. But if you are interested in purchasing the first and second book, you can go to www.thegoddessgrind.com. Paperback and ebook available. Yes, thank you, Allison. That's the first book, and this is the second. So y'all see what they both look like. You can follow me on Instagram at Ruby D Artistry. You can follow Soul Therapy Radio at soultherapyradio.life. Unfortunately, we didn't get 20 shares today, which is cool. We got to 10, but we ain't gonna be doing no giveaway. I save it for Tuesday, But that's cool though. It's cool. We're not mad at all. Allison?
I am Miss Allison Denise, again, relationship coach, blogger, YouTuber, or resurrecting YouTuber. I gotta get that channel together before I lose all my subscribers. But I am 1/5 of the now award-winning Bad Squad radio show, so you can tune in and check us out. I am so excited. You can check us out on Friday evenings from 9 to 11 Central, 10 to midnight Eastern on Fishbowl Radio at www.fdrn.us in the green screen. I'm right here with my sister Ruby on Sundays and Tuesdays, and you can also catch me personally on my official page, Miss Allison Denise, aka the Petite Powerhouse. That's me. You can catch me on Mondays through Thursdays. Start time is around 9:30 as we talk about a different relationship topic to help you learn how to better deal with you so that you can then deal with other people. So also feel free to go to www.allisondenise.com so that you can book me for your next session, your next event. I do speaking, I do coaching, I do workshops, I do all types of things on top of the
All
financial
that.
planning and the personal finance. So I'm excited about it. I didn't get a chance to tell Ruby this, but I will be at Clark Atlanta on November the 7th doing a speaking engagement on behalf,
Yay!
yes, on behalf of one of my little sisters who is also Miss Junior this year over there. So I'll be there to do a little bit of speaking. So maybe, you and Tara might accidentally show up. So, just putting that out there.
What was that date?
November 7th.
Okay, so you might as well.
Oh, here we go.
Oh wait, when you plan on going back home?
I don't know yet. Depends on what I can do with Logan. I don't want him here by himself too long.
Okay, because our next show, Soul Therapy, is on the 11th, which is my birthday, which is that Sunday.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep that in mind. But if you want to check out any of our past episodes, make sure you check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ruby Davidson. All the episodes are there. Soul Sunday, Soul Therapy, Soul to Soul. We got the Soul of Sisterhood coming with myself, Allison, and Tara. And then, I got Solitude coming. It's just me. But we're working on a big thing. Wait, how does song go? Big things popping and little things popping, that thing. I got a little ratchet in me. But thank you all for tuning in to Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison today. We will see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that's it. So we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.